Hello students, this is Anjana from Computer Science Department. In this class we are going to discuss about latches and flip-flops. So these are the table of contents that we are going to discuss in this class. We are going to discuss about what are the latches and flip-flop, and what is the difference between the latches and a flip-flop. What are the different types of the flip-flops, and next what are the different types of latches. And now explanation of all types of latches with diagrams. And next one, explanation of all types of flip-flop with diagrams. Okay. So now let us see what is the difference between the latches and flip-flop. That is, what is a latch and what is a flip-flop. See. So here the first thing is both are same. Both the latches and the flip-flop having the same functionalities, but there is a little difference between the both. Now let us see what are the little difference between these two things. First one is latches are the building blocks of the sequential circuits. See, these are also latches is the building block of sequential. Here we are going to build the block of sequential circuits here. In the flip-flops also we are going to build the block of sequential circuits. In the previous class we have discussed about the sequential. What are the sequential circuits? Combining the two or more gates for a functionality, we can say it as a sequential circuit. Okay. So here both latches and flip-flops we are going to build the block of sequential circuits. Here the latches are also built from gate. Flip-flops are built from the latches. So after construction of the latches we are going to construct the flip-flops. And the next one, latches does not have any clock signal. Clock signal means it is going to show some signal, but here in the flip-flop it always having some clock signal. See, if you have observed these two diagrams, this is a latch and this is a flip-flop. What they have said, here we are going to construct a sequential circuits as a building block. See, this is AND gate, this is another AND gate. Here we are going to combine these two AND gates. We are going to construct the building block by using the sequential circuit. Okay. Here also we have constructed a building block by using the sequential circuit. By using this latch, here we have constructed this one. Here the major difference between these two latches and flip-flop is it does not having any clock signal. It is having some clock signal. Okay. Next one. So if you have observed this one about what is a flip-flop. In electronics language, a flip-flop or latch is a circuit that is having two stable states, and it is used to store the state information. Here a flip-flop is a bistable multi-vibrator. So it is not a stable. It is a bistable means it is having two qualities. Bi means two. So it is having two qualities that I can say that from this we can say that it is a bistable multi-vibrator. This circuit can be, why we have designed this, the purpose of designing this circuit is this circuit can be made to change the state of signals by applied to one or more control inputs and will have one or more two outputs. See, here we can design one or more inputs and it will having one or two outputs. So it is a basic storage element in the sequential logic. Okay. In the sequential logic, it is a basic storage element. So flip-flop maintain the state indefinitely until an input pulse called a trigger is received. So when a trigger is received, the flip-flop output changes state according to the defined rules and remain in those states until and the trigger is received. So here until the receiving and the trigger, here we are going to change the triggers until we will receive it. So by changing it sequentially, we can receive the signals more than one time. So here these are the introduction topic to the flip-flops. Okay, so if you have observed the uses of the flip-flop, these are the some of the uses of the flip-flops. So the flip-flops and latches are the circuits that can store and remember the information. So here the main use is it can store the to store and remember the information. We are going to use the latches or flip-flops. So these are the kinds of the circuit are used in the computers to store the program. See, in computers, just like that computer device, mainly the flip-flops are used to store the some information, like program information, like RAM memory and registers. Just like the RAM memory and registers, the flip-flops are also used to store the program information. Okay. And next one, flip-flop can be used to store one bit or binary bit of data. The data may be represented by the state of sequencer, the value of a counter, and ASCII. ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Exchange. So based upon those standards only, we are going to follow these regulations. So these flip-flops can be used to store one bit or a binary digit of data. So the data may represent the state of sequencer, the value of a counter, and ASCII character in the computer memory, or any other piece of information. By using any other piece of information, an ASCII character in the computer memory or any other piece of information. Okay. So here these are the some various types of flip-flop circuits which are used as follows. So this is RS flip-flop. First one is RS flip-flop circuits. These are different types of flip-flop circuits. First one is RS flip-flop circuit. Next one is clocked RS flip-flop circuit. Next one is D flip-flop circuit. Next one is JK flip-flop circuit. And the next one is T flip-flop circuit. Okay. And next one. So here this is the RS flip-flop. A circuit containing cross-coupled connection which is used to remain a memory state stable by using the asynchronous sequential circuit is called as direct coupled or RS flip-flop. See, here this is a definition related to the RS flip-flop. The circuit which contains the cross-coupled connection, which is here this circuit is used to remain a memory state stable by using. Here if the memory state is stable, then in a device, if the memory state is stable, then this type of flip-flop will going to remind us that the memory state is stable. Okay. By using this asynchronous sequential circuit is called as direct coupled or RS flip-flop. So when it comes to an explanation, each flip-flop has two inputs and two outputs. So the inputs are denoted by R and S, and the outputs are denoted by. So here the each input is having, in this class we have already taken that example that each flip-flop is having two inputs, that is R and S, and again we are having two outputs, that is Q and Q dash. So these circuits can be implemented through, we have already discussed that we can be designed by using the sequential circuit. Sequential circuits are nothing but the combination of NOR, NAND gate and OR gate, just like that. So now let us see that how these flip-flops has designed, the RS flip-flop has designed. This is the implementation. These circuits are implemented by using the NOR or NAND gate. So this is a NAND gate. So it is having two inputs S R, two outputs Q, Q dash. So this is 0, 0. If S is 0 and R is 0, then the outputs of Q and Q dash will be 1, 1. That is not allowed. So if the value of S is 1 and the value of R is 0, then this value of Q will be 0 and R will be 1. So if the value of S is 0 and R is 1, then the value of R becomes 1 and 0. The Q will becomes 1 and Q dash will become 0. And next one, if the value of S is 1 and the value of R is 1, then both the value of Q and Q dash will not be anything. It will remain same. So we can say it as a memory state. So here the thing that we have to keep it on mind is by using the sign of the inverter. So whatever the sign that we have indicated here, by using that we can change it into the NOR table. Okay, by using this we can change it into the NOR table. Okay. Next one. So now let us see how this circuit is going to work. So if the memory state, if you have considered this memory state, if you have observed that the circuit in the previous slide, it is having, if two inputs is given as 0, then the memory will remain stable. So if when the two input has given that S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, then the value of Q is 0 and Q naught is 1. And next one, when Q naught becomes 1, this state is called reset state. So then what is a set state? When the input is given as S equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, then the output comes Q is equal to 1 and Q naught is equal to 0. When Q comes 1, then this state is said to be a set state. Then what is a not allowed state? When the outputs come against the input, then this state is called, when both the outputs are come against the input, then we can say that both are, then the inputs are not allowed. Okay. So if you have observed this one, then now let us see what is a clocked SR circuit. So a circuit which is used to remain a memory stable by using the clock signals is called as clock SR circuit. So here whatever the circuit it is, here whichever the circuit is used to remain the memory stable by using the clock signals is called as clocked SR circuit. Then what is a clock signal? Now let us see what is a clock signal. Here a clock signal is used to perform any process, whatever the process it is, any process. It is used to perform any process in a circuit, which can then we can say it as a clock signal. Next one, basically the clock signals are the electrical pulses which are in the form of either 1 or 0. Okay, that clock signals may be in either 1 or 0. Then we can note that a process is performed only when it is in the form of 1. So when it will having the process is performed, a process is performed only when it is in the form of 1. So how we can explain explanation of closed clocked SR circuits? Uh, in the above circuit, when the two signals are given as clock, then this in the above circuit, when two inputs are given as clock is equal to 0 and S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, then the memory remains, whatever the memory, then that particular memory will remain stable. Okay, this is about the clocked SR circuit. Okay, so now see how we are going to check this clocked SR circuit. So when the inputs are given as clock is equal to 1, S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, then the output, definitely the output will become Q is equal to 0 and Q dash is equal to 1. When Q dash comes 1, this state is called as reset state. Okay. Then what is a set state? When the inputs are given as clock is equal to 1, S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, then definitely the output will become Q is equal to 1 and Q naught is equal to 0. So now how can you say that what is a not allowed state? When the outputs come against the input, then we can say this state as a not allowed state. Okay. When these outputs come against the inputs, then we can say this state as a not allowed state. So see about the clocked SR circuit logic diagram. So here we are having, if you have observed the difference, there in the previous circuit you are not having the clock, here you are having the clock system. So here if the clock is set, always the clock is set to 1. In the case if the clock is set to 0, now let us see what happens. So this is 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 0. That is 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Just like that. We have know about this truth tables. No. If R is 0, S is 0, then that will become remain state. The memory state is remain same. If S and R will become, then Q and Q dash will become same. It will not be allowed anything. Here also it will become 0 and 1, again it will become 0 1. If it is 1 0, it is 1 0. It is reset function and it is set function. Okay, this is the logic diagram for the closed SR circuit, and it is the truth table for the closed SR circuit. So now let us see about the D flip-flop. This D flip-flop, the circuit which is used to remove the clocked SR circuits when it is a not allowed state, more circuits stability is called D flip-flop. So a circuit using the inverter is basically whatever the circuit, if it is using a inverter we can say it as a SR circuit. So if it reduces the number of inputs from 2 to 1, if it is having 2 inputs and it is going to reduce the input from 2 to 1, then we can say it is as a D latch. Okay, now let us see the explanation. So if it is basically the modification of SR clocked circuit by using the 5 gates. So and if you are having the NAND gates 1 and 2, form a basic flip-flop, and gates 3 and 4 will modify it into the closed RS flip-flop. So its working is given below by using the circuits. Now let us see how it is going to work by using the circuits here. Here the flip-flop D receives the designation from its ability to transfer the data into the flip-flop. So whenever it transfers the data into the flip-flop, then it receives the designation from its ability to transfer. Okay. So what is the explanation through the circuit? See, the circuit is being constructed by using the inverter with R. So then what is the memory status? Now let us see what is the memory status. So when CP is equal to 0 and D is equal to don't care condition, then memory stays stable. Okay. Then now let us see about the reset state. When the inputs, whatever the inputs that we are giving, when the inputs are given as CP is equal to 1 and D is equal to 0, then automatically the output also will remain same. That is Q dash is equal to 1 and Q is equal to 0. When Q becomes 1 in this state, then we can set that state to be a reset state. Okay. Now let us see what is a set state. Here when the inputs are given as CP is equal to 1 and D is equal to 1, then the output will becomes Q is equal to 1 and Q naught is equal to 0. So here when the Q comes 1, then we can say this state is called as a set state. Okay. So if you have observed this D flip-flop, this is a D flip-flop. Here this is a combination of NAND gates here, and this is the NOT gate here. So if you have observed the truth table, that is 0 0 1 0 and 1 1, so we can consider this 0 0 as a memory state. Okay, we can consider this 0 0 as a memory state and 1 1 as a set state. Okay, 1 1 as a set state and 1 0 as a reset state. How many states are they're having here? How many states that we have observed? First one is memory state, second one is set state, and third one is reset state. Okay. So if you have observed this JK flip-flop, This JK flip-flop is a refinement of RS flip-flop circuit in that the determine the state of RS type is defined in the JK type, that is in by means J and K have the S and R to set to the clear the flip-flop. So the letter J is used to set the letter K, and it is used for the reset, and definitely it is used for reset. Next one, it is also used for removing not allowed state for the memory status. So if it is used for not allowing state of the memory status, then it will not be allowed for the removing the data. Okay. So if you have observed, this clocked JFK flip-flop circuit is shown in the below diagram. So now let us see how it is going to work. And it is used to give the following states when we will give the suitable inputs. Whenever if you are trying to give the suitable inputs, then it is going to give the following states. Okay. See, now let us see in this JK flip-flop what is the memory state and set state and reset state. So when clock is equal to 0 and J and K is equal to don't care conditions, then the memory stays the stable. Also when clock is equal to 1 and both J and K are 0, then the memory also stays stable. So then what is the set state? When the inputs are given as clock is equal to 1 and J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, then the output comes Q is equal to 1 and Q dash is equal to 0. So when Q comes 1, this state is called as a set state. Then what is a reset state? See, when the inputs are given as a clock is equal to 1 and J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 1, then the output comes Q is equal to 0 and Q naught is equal to 1. So when Q dash becomes 1, then we can say this state as reset state. Okay. So if you have observed this JK flip-flop, this is circuit diagram for the JK flip-flop. So this is the clock signal. This is the J and this is the K. So this is 1 0 0 0 1 1 and 1 0. So 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 1. Okay, so if the clock is set to 1 0 1 1 just like that, at this situation that memory state is this is in the memory state. At this situation also it is in the memory state. At here it is in the set state. Here it is in the reset state. Okay. So if you have observed this T flip-flop, when the TR toggle flip-flop changes its output on each clock edge, giving an input which is the half the frequency of the signal to the T input, it is useful for constructing the binary constructors and frequency dividers and the general binary addition devices. So it can be made from the JK flip-flop. The T flip-flop can be constructed using the D flip-flop with the two outputs Q and Q dash. Then the feedback to the D input through the multiplexer is controlled by the T input as shown in this figure. So if you have observed this figure, this is a T input and this is a and Q dash is the feedback that is going to give the through D. So if you have observed this one, the multiplexer that is controlled by T is input is this one. Okay, this is the outputs Q and Q naught. So if you have observed about the latches, a latch is an example of the bistable multivibrator, and that is a device here which is exactly two stable states. These stable states are high output and low output. So a latch has a feedback path, so the information can be retained by the device. So therefore the latches can be a memory devices that can store only one bit of data. So for as a long so if it is device is powered, that name can suggest the latches are used to latch onto the information and hold in the price. So latches are very similar to the flip-flops but are not synchronized devices and do not operate on the it cannot be used to operate on the edges of the flip-flops also. So if you have observed the various types of these circuits, SR latch, gated SR latch and D latch. Okay. So if you have observed this SR latch, it is a synchronous device, and it works independently of the control signals. So and it relies only on the state S and R. So okay, it is having only two inputs S and R, and the image that we have given here, the SR latch can be created by using these two NOR gates. Okay, this is a NOR gate. By using these two NOR gates, here we are going to design. So that can have the cross feedback. So SR latch can also have made from the NAND gates. So it can be designed by using the NAND gates also, but for example we have designed with the NOR gates. So it is not a swapped or negated. So in this case, it sometimes we can call it as a SR latch. Okay. So this is a gated SR latch. The gated SR it is a simple extension of the SR latch. So which provides the enable. Here in this in the normal SR latch, it does not having any enable signal. It is having enable signal. So which can be driven with the high before the data can be latched. So even though a control is not required, the SR latch has synchronous, but the inputs can be changed the output even in the middle of the enable pulse also. Even in the middle of the enable pulse also, it is going to design the circuit like this. Okay. So if you have observed the D latch or the D for the data transport, which is a simple extension of the gated SR latch that removes the possibility of the invalid input states, since the gated SR latch allows us to latch the output without using the SR or inputs. So it can be removed by the inputs by using the driving both the set and reset inputs with a complementary driver. So we can remove the input and automatically make it the inverse of the remaining input. So this is the circuit diagram for that. This is enable signal. Before going to construct the device, from the beginning itself it has attached the NOT gate to this device. Okay, this is about the latches and flip flops. In the next class we are going to continue with the next topic.